again. I will say that I am also uh, listening to Critical Role in my ear just because it's late and don't have a lot of audience just yet. So it's probably what I'll end up talking about some. Alright. Today, we're finally going to do a little bit more than. We're finally going to go past this area and go search for some. Go head towards our next gym. Last time we caught Weevil, our very hard to find little Sizzlepede. And so with them, our other Pokemon are a little bit far behind. Or a little bit later, I should say. So, just gonna be heading towards things, fighting some trainers, getting some XP. We don't really have. Well, I guess Vital Work. Thing is we'll take neutral damage to. Oh no, we have Flash Fire. Alright. Good to know. Thing is, I think Vulpix also has Flash Fire, so wouldn't be any point in trying to overcome the ×2 weakness. Alright, so. Yeah. Just working on heading through. I know I guess I really don't have anyone who's a better matchup, necessarily a strictly better matchup for this. But when it's not a vital battle, such as a gym leader or something like that, I usually won't bother switching, even unless I'm at a severe disadvantage. So that way the Pokemon up front gets to train. Give me just 1 second. Testing 1, 2, 3. Can I be heard okay? Yeah, it should be alright. Alright. My waveforms are a little loud tonight. I just want to make sure I'm not too loud for people. Wait. Do that. Does that sound a little better? Maybe? Yeah, that looks a little bit more like how it usually does. Alright. Pancham. Yeah, now we can do some fire moves. And we'll hit that burn. That's good. That'll keep us from taking too much damage. Oh, but it'll switch us out to a fairy type, because that'll work out swell for him. We don't have any fairy moves, but his yeah, they won't hurt very much. Alright. It looks like our Tagon's special attack is a lot better than Weevil's. She does have most of the level lead on him too. I just want to check for hidden items. Yep. Burn heal is always nice. We'll go around for that TM a little bit later too. Alright. We just want to hit every trainer we can even if we don't fight every wild encounter, we will hit most of the trainers. Alright. And against the Budew, our Ember should work a lot better. And resist Absorb. Alright. Let me just sit here. Alright. Let's hit him with some more embers then. Oop. Sorry if there's some glitchiness. Oh, it's probably because I had something else up. I'll exit out of Discord. My potato of a computer can't handle doing more than one thing at once ever. Alright. There we go. Alright. Sorry, mashing A. Alrighty. Another grass Pokemon to eat through. Hopefully, before too long, we'll get a bug move on Weevil here. I think it'll probably learn Bug Bite or something. We'll hopefully take on our next rival battle here in a second. You know, I'm gonna switch that back. There we go. Now it should be a little bit better. I don't know what that switch on my microphone really does, but hopefully it looks like should be a little bit better heard with that. Alright. Psybeam. Psybeam's not a bad move. Considering we don't have any Psychic Stab, it's better than Wrap. Alright. Alrighty. Oh, that's right. There's this encounter along the way. I'm glad we totally needed to talk to her right here. There's like a power plant in the distance that we can't even explore. And it's like, it's interesting, I guess, but it does feel kind of like a step back from the power plants we've seen in the past. And we got an escape rope, which is reusable, and it lets us escape, that's the word, from any dungeon we find ourselves in. The issue is there's like 2 dungeons in the entire game. Like, I think there's only literally the 2 caves, and outside of that, I don't know where. I can't think of anywhere else the escape rope would work, is the thing. It's just really weird. See, here's where having a bug move would be real nice. So we would eat through that dark type. But Ember should serve us fine at this low level. I'm gonna have to check out some stats next time I'm in the pause menu. See which of the special and physical is better on these Pokemon. Alright. Oh no, Squelbit. I misread that. Yeah, I don't think Spear is even in this. Alright, so we'll keep going for the Embers. I think with Stab, it's probably a little bit better. Especially consider I think Squelbit's a little bit more physically defensive. Alrighty. I don't know, I think I talked about all my random stuff last time. Alright, here I'm gonna switch out for Callie. Yeah. Of course, it will go away from the damaging move. Alright, so we'll try out our new move then. Ironically, for being a Psychic and Dark type, I think I was looking at their stats earlier, and Inkay are actually more physically inclined, because later on they'll get Superpower, which will sync up a little better with her Contrary ability. It's just interesting. I always imagined it, and I just typically imagine Psychic types as specially inclined Pokemon. Alright. We'll head on. Talk with the mailman. I do like the designs of the trainers in this. The big old beards on anyone other than like a hiker. Oh, I forgot to heal. And I should only have present, so with I didn't buy these potions for nothing, I guess. Alright. Yeah, maybe if we were lucky it'll land a heal on us. Alright. Between... Alright, there we go. Now we'll start dealing some damage. Oof. Oh, right. Present has, like, differing damage amounts, I think. Oh, well. Oh. Press down one too many. I meant to use another potion. Alright. Alright. Let's hit it with another Ember. That should finish it off, hopefully. Jeez. That many hits and he didn't even heal us once. Alright. Alright. There we go. And there's someone camping here. I think that's a in-game. Actually, while I'm here, might as well turn on the Wycom. Maybe we'll see someone else playing. Alright. Alright, we'll hit him with another battle. Alright, now see, he's got the Sizzlipede, so that you get an idea that this thing's in the area. Alright, but we'll switch out over to back to Callie again. Alright. Alright. Let's get some plucking. Man. Wrap's better than it was in Gen 1, but it still is kind of annoying, I'll admit. Just to have to watch the animation after every turn. I think he's throwing out Dottler. We'll just stay here. And I think we'll go in for a payback. We'll have the stab and it'll be super effective. So it'll probably do a little bit. Ooh, but then he's gonna apply with Struggle Bug. I like the animation for Struggle Bug this generation. It's really cool looking. It reminds me of how I imagine something like Magic Missile to work. Alright, we'll give McStuffins another go. Brutal Swing. Yeah, Dottler was the first Pokemon I saw and I was like, oh, I love it, of this gen. It's probably one of my favorite designs to come out this time around. Endure... Nah, I'm not gonna ever use Endure. Oh, you know what? I haven't even looked at McStuffin's ability. I saw it was Klutz there. Let me just take a look real quick. We've got Flash Fire and better physical attack. That's what I was figuring based on those Ember rolls. Oh, Callie has better physical attack too, of course. Klutz. Just can't use held items. Well, that's not great. I wonder if that changes when she levels up. I haven't looked into Beware. And yeah, that's why Artagan had way better luck with Mega Drain. And Illuminate. That's not a great ability either, to be honest. But we'll deal. It's not gonna hurt too much. Alright. In fact, it probably helped us as we were looking for Sizzlepede. Alright. And I know it's one of the things that people don't care for about these newer games is how they have healing stations everywhere. But it was about the time I would have run back to the Pokemon Center anyway, so it basically just saves me the backtracking. Alright. Timber. I'm gonna use Timber one of these days. I promise you that. These... After seeing Conkeldurr and stuff in action in my Pokemon Tabletop United game, I'm gonna use it in one of these games sometime. Roggenrola. See, the thing is about the Pokemon from Unova is that they feel like they're just... Oh, hey, we need a Geodude surrogate. Oh, hey, we needed a Zubat surrogate. It's not that I dislike the designs quite so much. It's that it's very obvious they left out Pokemon. They basically remade Pokemon again when we didn't need to remake Pokemon. Like, Roggenrola is like the remake of Geodude for no good reason. It's even a little worse because it's not a ground type. Well, or better. I don't even know if it's technically better or worse, but I find it a little bit more disagreeable because I just like ground types better than rock types. Rock Blast. That's not a bad one. I don't even know if anyone can learn it, though. I doubt it, excuse me. Ooh, that's... Forgot we got that from our raid. Dazzling Gleam. We'll get better. That'll be better than Absorb. Now we have Fairy-type Stab. Alrighty. Liquidation. Callie can learn liquidation. I'm gonna put that on her, actually. We're gonna be waiting an awful while for a water type move. So we have sleep powder on our Taggin, so might as well. I guess it makes sense. They're a squid. Obviously, no one can learn Electro Ball, and yeah, they can't learn Beat Up. Man, that's actually gonna be really good. All right. I'm glad we checked that. Our water type has a much better water move in mind anyway. Something that'll eat through anything. Alright. We'll sneak by here. I say sneak by, we're gonna go back and talk to her. Now, Scary Face. I don't get why that needed to be a TM. Like, I get they were trying to spread it out a little bit, make the TMs a little bit less powerful because to emphasize using the TRs. But I don't... Nobody uses the stat lower moves, even in, like, competitive, or in-game, unless it comes on the Pokemon, like Smokescreen I just happen to have on here. The Pokemon, the competitive scene, they won't use it because people will just switch out if their stats get lowered. And you don't have enough moves to dedicate a whole one onto just to lowering a stat that they can easily do away with. You know what I mean? It's better to raise your stats or to do damage. Like, I realize it's like the first time playing Pokemon type playstyle to only use attacking moves, which I'm doing myself, even in this playthrough mostly. But even in competitive, we branch out a little bit to do things like use Dragon Dance or Sword Stance and stuff to buff your own moves. It's just weird that they dedicated a whole TM to something like Scary Face. Psybeam's doing pretty good though. And another Timber. Just 3 of the same Pokemon, I guess. Switch it up. We're not just spamming the one move. See, even though our attack stat is a little bit higher, it wasn't as good because we didn't have stab. And if for some reason you're like a family member or something who's watching this previously and doesn't know what stab is, stab means same type attack bonus, which is because it's a psychic Pokemon, it also does more damage using a psychic type move. Let's see. Let's heal up Callie a little bit. Perfect. It's always fun to use a potion and it's exactly the amount of health you needed. We don't have any rock moves just yet. We'll probably end up giving Rock Slide to McStuffins or something. Diglett. Yeah, turns out Fire Bug type not great to train in this cave. Despite what the Fire type gym leader who uses the evolved form of this Pokemon as an ace will tell you. Alright. Take a scratch. We'll try out Liquidation. Oof. Alright. Jeez. That's a good choice. If we can get some stat altering moves on Callie, I am gonna re-nickname her as soon as we get to a Pokemon Center again, because I came up with a much better name. Give it luck. There we go. Starting to catch up. Flame Wheel's definitely better than Ember. But just in case, we aren't going to use Wrap ever. Alright. Flame Wheel will definitely do a bit better. Critical Role's funny. Just D&D in general is funny. Alright, let's do a heal again. Alright. Head across here. See, there's area down here, but we can't access it. Alright. That was Carkol that just went around the corner over there. That was another one of the Pokemon that I just instantly fell in love with. It just... I saw it and it's like... I really enjoy the design of that Pokemon. Just a Pokemon also kind of being a vehicle is something that's really cool. And it has like wheels. Unfortunately, like I said last time, the final form not as great. It was just a tiny bit disappointing as to where it ended up, but it's not like a bad Pokemon at all. Alright, we'll do a liquidation. Yeah. Punch a watery hole right through any rock types. Now I imagine using like a Roly-Poly, a pair of Roly-Poly as like roller skates. Alright. Revive, that would be nice. Not doing a Nuzlocke, so... Alright. There's our... There's our rival. Woo. Alright. Do a heal. Alright. You know, I don't think I've ever paid attention to her overworld theme. It has a very kind of vibe. But man, this is a good theme though. Great music. Alright. Solosis would be a cool grass type, I think, but... So now do we want to do Flame Wheel or Bite? I guess we'll start with Flame Wheel since we haven't used it yet. There we go. He's such a dick though. Alright. Now we'll try out Bite and see how much better that fares. I think they're about the same in strength, so I don't think it mattered too much. the 1 times 1.5 stat bonus is almost enough to live up to the times 2 super effective bonus. So I think at this point, Bite's just a little bit better. I don't know. Well, Bite is better in that regard because it has the chance to flinch. Can never say no to flinch hacks. Alright. Now this one, yeah, we'll just stay in. Might as well. Athena is very cute. The hair covering eyes look is never a bad look. I don't know if it's fairy type yet, but we'll just start out with Flame Wheel. Confusion. Alright, now we'll do a Bite. Maybe we'll see if we can flinch it again or wipe out. Ah, there we go. Bite was a little bit better, it looks like. Alrighty. Rival battle done. Wasn't trying really that hard anyway. Yeah, sure, Jan. Alrighty. What time is it? 12:30. Alright. Yeah. Not taking our wishing star, though. Alright. Had a feeling. Stardust. Stardust can always be sold. It's very nice. Alright. Alright, and here's the other Pokemon Center sister. Which is nice because I would have just run through to go to the Pokemon Center and then run back to explore this area. So, I do like the kids in Pikachu costumes to battle. And the Pokemon Ranchers are also fun. Galarian Meowth. I saw that. I busted out laughing. The big old Viking beard is just really funny. Especially when you grow up with the anime and you have this image of Meowth in your head that's intrinsically tied to it. It's like with the Brooklyn accent or whatever. Meowth, that's right. So seeing an alternate form of Meowth is always funny. I do wish they spread out more into the regional forms of other Pokemon more than to give Meowth a second one. But I do like that. I do like its evolution, Berserker, which is just Viking Meowth with Wolverine claws, which is just one of the most badass things I can think of. And we got confused. That's always lovely to deal with. Oh, but we got the flamethrower done through it, so Meowth shouldn't be an issue. It does have fully evolved stats, though, compared to our first form Pokemon. Both Pokemon typically evolve pretty fast, though, so Weevil shouldn't be a little centipede for too long. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Centipede, or Decapede. I don't know if that's technically how that works. Alright. We got hit, but we got spotted by an Electrike. Electrike's kind of cool. I used one through a I don't know. I think it was an Omega Ruby or an Alpha Sapphire playthrough, and it was interesting to use. But I kept finding it, the more I play these games, the Pokemon game, I find myself limited when I have a single type of Pokemon on a Pokemon, and having just an electric type just was limited. Milkray, because for whatever reason, Game Freak keeps wanting us to eat our Pokemon. But it's a good design. I have a friend who's also participating in the draft who's trained one of every form of Alcrene and fully evolved, fully got him to level 100, fully EV trained, and got their preferred moves and such. That kind of dedication is just, I wish I had that kind of time on my hands, you know? Alright. So, we've got them on similar level now. So we'll just switch them just to give a change of pace. We'll still keep them in order from least to greatest in HP, just because I like that, but since their HP matches at the moment, we'll just leave them there. Oh, that's an Eevee. Oh, that's cute. Oh, that's so freaking cute. Alright, oof. Didn't mean to run into them, though. Alright. We're actually just gonna run here. We don't need to fight a ton of wild Pokemon. We don't want to get too over-leveled, like I said. Alright, and we'll head over here. Silver Powder. Boosting bug types moves usually not too bad. Once we get a bug move, at least. X accuracies. See, I very rarely ever use the X items. Oh, that's right. That's where those Pokemon come out. Pumpkaboo. Pumpkaboo's a fun Pokemon. Grass and Ghost is an interesting type combination. I don't know that I care for Pumpkaboo as much as Trevenant, at least design-wise. But I like the Jack-o'-lantern thing. I like that it learns Flamethrower and gets to be like a Jack-o'-lantern. Alright. Let's give a Liquidation, actually. I think it has such a high base power compared to all the other moves we have at the moment. It's at like 90, where we're still playing in like the 40s and 60s. Static. Critical Role is ending. Alright. Payback. Since we went second and got hit, that was a bit stronger. Alright. Callie's got another level. Swagger. No, I think we're okay. Do I have a flying type move picked out? I don't think so. Anyway, Swagger. Yeah, we won't need to use Swagger very much compared to our offensive arsenal. Alright. Now, I probably wouldn't go back to the Pokemon Center lady with just this, but with the paralysis, because I don't have a bunch of the stat healing items, and it doesn't take too long. If you've been watching the my KOTOR playthrough at all, I've been doing a very similar thing between battles on that playthrough as well, where I would run back to the Ebonhawk and do a long rest after every battle that we got significantly damaged. Alright. I'm just gonna take out my headphones for a second. Alright. And done. I just gotta remember to put my headphone away when I'm done here tonight. Run away from the meows. It was a pretty uneventful last half of the episode anyway. Oh, there's Wild Pikachu here. I guess I knew that. But this is like the only area you find them. And I remember I was doing the Isle of Armor and I heard Pikachu and I was like, oh hey, Pikachu's a thing. It's just because it's not anywhere like in the wild area or anything. Alright. Alright, let's take on Smash Breeder. We'll do a flame wheel. Alright. We'll keep Weevil out here. See, another great time to have a bug move, but we don't have one yet. So we'll switch into McStuffins. See, now that Critical Role's over, I can switch and I can use my iPad for things. I'm gonna see, as we fight this guy, if... Oh. I better stop mashing A though, because otherwise we're just gonna leer for the whole fight. We'll do Brutal Swing. Alright. There we go. A couple of those and we'll be fine. Alrighty. Let's see if Stuffle, we'll see if our Pokemon get better abilities as they level up. Alrighty. Nope. Alright, I guess we're stuck with Klutz. Alright, it's not the end of the world. Let's see if our other Pokemon will do the same thing. Stuck with Illuminate. Ah well. Maybe we'll get lucky and later on some raids will have some ability capsules for us or something. I'm still a little mad at myself that ooh. That will be good. We'll stick that on Callie. We want this one. Yeah. We'll give that to Callie, and that'll boost her pluck power a little bit. Since no one else is using flying moves, we don't have a better option. Should I go heal? Where are we at? Oh, we're okay. Just feels like we should heal because we've been through a couple battles. Alright. The Eevee outfit is cute too. Like, I would buy one of those for my kid. If I had one. If I had one. Right. Flame wheel. Flame wheel burns, that's not bad. Unless we're trying to catch something, a burn's never gonna be bad. Or it's on something with guts, but we'll probably usually tear through things a bit faster than guts will usually have time to affect. Alright, next up one's got a level. So the thing is that because the EXP share is always on, we can't turn it off on our other friends to let them catch up, unfortunately. Which I hope that's something they realize they messed up with in the sequel. I don't care that it's a thing, I just want to be able to turn it off. Let me spend the extra hour grinding if I need to. I just want to play at a slightly higher level if I want to. I want people to stop bitching about it more. Alright. Oh, dang it. Frickin'. There we go. Oh, too far again. Alright. Come on. Work with me. I did order a HDMI splitter to go between so I can put it to my extra monitor. I just have to wait for it to come next Wednesday. Or I think it's next Thursday. If Amazon doesn't bring it sooner, they do that sometimes. Joltik, that's a cute Pokemon. I like both of the Bug Electric types. Both of them are very cool looking Pokemon. And Bug and Electric works very well together because Electric, while not super effective on anything Bug is really weak to except flying, it's neutral on a lot of things like fire and some rock types. And the thing is that they also usually have low special defense. They can use that and eat through the gap in defense. Alright. Let's see if anyone gets Pin Missile. If Pin Missile is even worth it. Nope. Alright. On to the town then. We can stop running into things. Alright. Alrighty. Dodge. Oop. Not nimbly dodged. Luckily, with Sizzlepede having Flame Wheel, we'll probably just roll through the grass gym. And if not, we've got a backup with oof. We've got a backup with Callie having Pluck. Alrighty. Yes. We are Gym Challenger. Mile is nice. I don't know. I don't feel like we got... Maybe it's because the anime hasn't really focused on them, and I don't even watch the anime, but it feels like the Pokemon, or the gym leaders this generation just weren't as fleshed out, except for the Spikemuth one. Like, they show up, and then they're just cold to you. It feels like they're cold to you because the gym challenge is such a big deal. They're like, oh, we're just the 20th gym challenger that came through today. And even, at least until we get into the later ones, yes, we do want to list our Pokemon, actually. Alright. It's a nice team of small-looking Pokemon there. Alrighty. Yes. It's Raid a nickname, because there is a much better name than Callie. And it is Bloopette. Bloopette. It's what happens when a blooper gets one of those crown power-ups. That's much... I like that much better than Callie, actually. Alright, now let's go see what the Yamper wanted. Because it won't let us go challenge the gym until we do that. Alright. I will go grab that Pokeball down there first, though. Alrighty. Oh boy. Hopefully, doing these streams will increase my confidence in talking for my interview next week. Man, job interviews are scary, huh? Alright. Bow wow. I don't know, Yamper's eyes are a little bit weird. Does look like a Dynamax Pokemon. It's actually... Oh, yeah. I always thought it was the Dynamax version of Toxtricity. That's what I was always led to believe. Because it's got like lightning bolts and like the tail that looks like the giant guitar. Also, hi. How's it going? Alright. Alright, now we can go battle our gym leader. Alrighty. We'll head down there. I don't think there's anything else really worth doing. Alright. Hops already beat us to the first badge, but we won't be too far behind him with Sizzlepede. Oh, but we gotta talk to Ball Guy. Always gotta talk to Ball Guy. Friend Ball. Alrighty. I'm gonna change into our very bland uniform and get to going. Alright, come on. Alright, I still haven't changed my hair yet. Next one for sure. We'll do our... We'll get a haircut. Alright. We just gotta lead the sheep into the pens. Alright. Dan. That's not your name. It's Mitch. Mitch from the... Or is your cousin from Kanto named Mitch? The Weaver's into the first one. That one's pretty easy. Dodge the Yamper. Just head straight through again. Oop. I don't know where they're going. There we go. And I'm pretty sure this train is unavoidable, but it's not like we'd avoid them anyway. Every trainer's XP for our Pokemon. Alrighty. Gossifleur. Even... Oh, see, we're even not fighting anything but the trainers. We're still a little bit higher leveled. And with the burn, we're probably just going to take them out anyway. Ah, oh, barely. Barely survived. So we'll just finish them off with Ember. It's not like Flame Wheel doesn't have XP to share, but... Alrighty. Now we're just gonna go fight the trainer over here. We'll just get the Yamper out of the way. Make it easier. Badoo. Badoo's cool. I like that they took a Roselia from Gen 3, which was a little bit forgettable for being another grass poison Pokemon, and gave it a cute pre-evolution and a cute evolution to make it worth training up. Yeah, we'll just stick with Weevil. Alright. It puts it on par with a line like Oddish. Oddish in the Bellsprout line. I don't know, I always prefer 3 evolution lines over 2 or 3 evolution, or 1 or 2 evolution lines. There's a few cool single line ones, but if your Pokemon only evolves once, it almost feels unfinished sometimes. Especially something like Golduck, I think fits that. What else fits that? They're almost running too fast. They'll get all spread out if we go too fast. It's weird. Right. I'm glad this isn't super annoying the way Pikmin can be sometimes. Alright, we'll just leave him alone and go fight the guy. Alright, it's a lady this time. See, I like the different typed gym uniforms. I just wish we could change ours up. I get that it's like official, like, hey, every challenger has to be identifiable in a battle, or whatever. But it's still, I don't know, boring. I do like the customization options we have gotten in this game, though. I like being able to take off the hat, being able to not having good glasses, having actual t-shirts compared to Alola only having like tank tops, getting real pants. Poison powder. I hope we picked up an antidote somewhere along the line. But it can wait until after the battle to apply it and check. I do sort of miss Overworld Poison. Mostly, I understand it's completely nostalgic, to miss that, but I do miss it nonetheless. Makes Nuzlocke a lot scarier. Let's see if we have an antidote. No, we do not. Oh, but oh no, that's an energy powder. I could have sworn an energy powder was the one that healed poison. Oh well, we have revives. If for some reason Weevil would go down in this next battle, we A, have Bloopet to cover, and B, have revives and max revives to bring them back if we needed to. I should have pushed them all to one side. Alright. There we go. Alrighty. Now they go to their pens. We've done the challenge part of the gym challenge. So now we get to go fight the leader. If we're lucky, we might even get through Nessa today too. I think Nessa's gonna be the hardest of the first three. Oh no, we have a grass type Pokemon, never mind. It should be pretty trivial actually, now that I think about it. Alright. Alright. I do like the spectacle of it all. And the gym leader theme is also great. Even with the crowd over it. Yeah, I can probably Dynamax here and just blow through both of their Pokemon. Both of the Pokemon. But we'll spare this first one with a Flame Wheel. Alright. Burn is good. I think they're just a little bit higher level than me. Poison. I'm gonna be more annoyed by the animation of the poison happening after every turn than anything. Got their level lead on it. Alrighty. Let's just switch out to Bloopet. Might as well. See the giant Inkay. I love that they do that just as the Pokemon gets sent out. Alright, we'll do Dynamax Max Airstream. Oh, you know what though? I think that's almost bad for the contrary ability, because our stats will get lowered by whenever a maximum boosts our stuff. It'll be good when their max moves lower our stuff, but it may not be the greatest to keep a flying move and max Airstream on. Now I'm imagining the Paper Mario. Blooper doo doo. Alright. It's still small compared to the Dynamax, compared to the other Pokemon at the size. It's big compared to where it was, but it's still small compared to other Pokemon because it has to float in the air. It's got a lot of defense there. You see, now our defense is going to be lower. We may have blown our defense a little bit. Alright. Let's see, do we have potion? Well, I guess we'll just stay out and tough it out. We'll see if Max Darkness will do anything better. But I think this Max Overgrowth is just going to take us out. Yeah. The thing that's really common about Psychic Pokemon is they aren't very durable. But now it only has the one turn left of being... excuse me. Of being Dynamaxed. So we'll just throw in McStuffins. Maybe he can finish it off. And we'll go for Payback because I'm pretty sure the Eldegoss is faster. Oof. Max Strike hurts a bit. Payback doesn't hurt as much as it should have, but that will be the last one. Alright. But it should still be faster, so Payback will now do a little bit better. Well, it would have if we survived. Okay, we still have that grassy terrain up healing everyone. We'll get Weasel in here. That one level difference in evolution difference really makes a lot of difference between the two Pokemon that he used. See, Leafage, there's that early game grass move that they invented for Sun and Moon, only to make a new one here. Like, even if it had the stick, I would have... It should have had something different than Branch Poke. It should have had, like, when it gets to level 10, it gets, like, Branch Swipe or something. That's, like, a 60 power move or something. As opposed to it just being another Vine Whip. Alright. Luckily with us down, our moves have been a little... Our XP's been a little bit better distributed. Moonlight. No, I don't see us using that very much. But that's a gym battle. We got our first badge. And as Alpharad said, we get to do our uncomfortably long handshake as we get our badge. I do like the Pokeball holders that they introduced to this game, the tri-holders on each side of the pants. Milo uses them, and then the one of the evil team guys uses them later. Or some of the evil team guys. Magical Leaf. That's not a bad move if I have it. Alright. So yeah, now we gotta go fight Nessa. And he says it's a set order, which I can agree, that's kind of a bummer to have a set order to your gym challenge. Alright, let's heal up before we head on our way. Alright. Alrighty. All healed. Now I think we'll have to rearrange some things. Yep. See, now Weevil's higher level than them too. Do I have that in the right order? Nope. Blue Pet's supposed to be on top. Alrighty. Did they ever patch that autosave thing? I remember when it first came out, autosave was glitched. Oh well. Everstone. Everstone could be good, but we don't have anyone not worth evolving. And here's an OTM. Oh, Brutal Swing. I'm so glad we have that. Alright. Let's actually see. Weevil can learn it, but it's no better than Bite. And Artagan cannot learn it. Learn Magical Leaf. Well, I guess that makes the decision easier. Alrighty. Let's head out. Route 5. And we get to fight these... Our first double battle. I think this is like the only real double battle in the game until like super later on. It's such a fun battle type. I wish it was used more often. Alright. Let's do... We don't have any real weaknesses. I do wish we had a fighting type move though. Let's go with Psybeam on the Helio tile. And then I would do Brutal Swing and it would hit both of them, but it would also hit Bloopette, and with her being Psychic type, it would do neutral damage, so it's not really worth it. Man, like, there's one bad Pokemon design, and that's Electivire. But even among all of the designs, electric types have a lot of the best ones. Helioptile is such a cool Pokemon, cute electric type, and its evolution is cool too. And Charge Beam's a fun move too. Alright, we'll go Payback. And then... You know what, we'll just do double Payback. No reason not to. That's a cool looking animation as well. It kind of looks like a darkness version of Magic Missile. It's like a bunch of tentacles coming out and hitting them. Like the spell, I guess it'd be like a lot of small Evert's black tentacles. Alright. And Payback. Alright. Even though we were faster, and so it didn't do quite as much damage, we still took him out. Alright. His name is Cam. That's funny. Or is her name Cam? Who knows? Alright, I didn't even look that closely. Alright, let's switch stuffings to there, and we'll keep moving on. There's our Galarian Farfetch'd. I'm glad at least with the Max Soup, it's worth looking for a Pokemon on the field, and you don't have to feel like you have to catch everything from raids, because you'll miss out on the Gigantamax Pokemon. Alright. I think... Shed Shell. Let's nice, but super situational, I think. There we go. Alright, this is one of the daycares in the region. You can technically go straight to the other daycare as soon as you get to the wild area, but you're really not intended to do it except for here. Alright, stuff. It's almost... We almost had hot Stuffle on Stuffle action. Alright, but we do have a super effective move. So we'll just beat him up with Side Beam. Stuffle, it looks so much like just a normal type, you forget it's also fighting typed. Alrighty. I should have brought some water, to be honest. We'll just keep Boopad out. Ralts. I like Ralts. It's another one of those rare Pokemon, kind of like Sizzlipede was. It would come out at like a super low percent in Gen 3. Except for like the scripted one that one of your rivals gets. It's just weird that it's got a fairy type all the way down. A lot of the fairy types, a lot of psychic types also got fairy typings. A lot of Pokemon got fairy types when it was released. The Clefairy line, Jigglypuff became part fairy. Mr. Mime became part fairy, and Azumarill. And like none of those feel super out of place. Mr. Mime maybe is a little weird, but ooh, finally we get Bug Bite. We'll get rid of Smokescreen. But Ralts, while I can see the like princess aesthetic contributing to the fairy type, especially for a Gardevoir, it feels like a disproportionate amount of psychic types also became fairy types. So psychic fairies suddenly not the super rare type combination. And I guess as we get more and more Pokemon, type combinations are gonna get less and less rare. It's just weird. It's just they make more new Pokemon that are the same types as old Pokemon, and they change Pokemon to have new types, but then there's type combinations that are still left unused. Like, Fire Water isn't anywhere except on Legendary. We got our pseudo-legendary this game, Dragapult, got Ghost Dragon, which is a cool combination that was previously only on a legendary in Giratina. Just to pick it up, I'm going to take this Toxel. Yeah. Never hurts to have an extra Toxel. Oh, right. Because we have space in the party. It's like, alright, we'll have to make space. Because at this point, I typically have plenty of Pokemon in my party. But we'll just stick them over in the box. I'll just check the stats real quick. See how good it is. Let nature bold. Alright. And grab it. Stick it in the box. Alright. Now I'm gonna run back to the Pokemon Center real. Here, you know what? I'm actually gonna go over here real quick, because this will make running back to the Pokemon Center easier, even if we have to do it with a Pokemon down. take on Team Yell causing trouble. See, I like it better if they were actual criminals causing trouble. Like, it would feel like we're doing more than just getting some fans to calm down. It just doesn't feel as impactful as when you, like, run into the rocket outside of the house, the Dig guy's house, and you, like, catch him in the act of stealing the Dig TM, and you get it back. And it's just like, it's on paper it's the same thing. It's a random trainer battle with a couple Pokemon, but that one just felt more interesting than the couple guys trying to steal a bike from, and like being honestly sorry when they stop it, I guess. Tackle. Hopefully we'll get a level soon and get a fighting type move. Brick Break, Rock Smash, something. I don't know. I haven't looked at Stuffle's moveset so far, so well, we're gonna have to hurry if we're gonna make it to through another gym before the end of the stream. Alright. At least we get to fight another one. Sableye. Sableye is one of my favorite Pokemon. I like the design. This design reminds me of Stitch from Lilo and Stitch. And I liked that before the Fairy type, it had no weaknesses. It didn't have the best, it didn't really have great stats to use them, but it did get a really cool Mega Evolution with an interesting, tricky ability. And so it doesn't really mesh well with my playstyle the way it's supposed to be used, but I still find it very fun. Alright. Let's use Strength. Well, Strength is better than Tackle at least. It was just as accurate, so better, twice as strong as Tackle. It's weird to see a level HM as a level up move though. Like Surf I'm used to seeing everywhere, but the other ones, it's like only you get to use those because you have the one HM. Alright. So now we got our bike. Finally. Alright. And so now we get to speed back to the Pokemon Center. And with my really bad input lag, I'm gonna turn even more like a freaking aircraft carrier. But when we have a straight line like that, it shouldn't be too bad. And in a week or so, we'll get the I'll have my splitter and be able to, that's not what I wanted to do. And I'll be able to play at regular speed, and I'll be able to play other stuff like Smash Brothers. Alright. We'll do slammed right into the wall. Alright. Go down here. Alright, because there are some items and trainers down here. This is also the only place in the wild you can catch the Pokemon known as Applin, which is another one of my favorite designs out of these one of my favorite lines out of this generation. Applin, this guy has one, is a grass dragon type. Another really rare, I think, first time outside of Sceptile's Mega Evolution, it's the first time the combination's been done. And I love that it's interesting that it stays small. The evolved form, it evolves into a different one depending on which item you use, and the items are more common depending on which version you're in. And so it's really interesting to see how one of them is the worm eats it from the inside out, and it turns into this hollow apple that can now fly using the skin of the apple as wings, and it's almost bat-like. And then in the other one, it like turns into this giant sleepy pie dragon, which is cool, but I like Flapple a lot better. It's more interesting, and it has a signature move called Apple Drop or something. And it's like influenced by the Sir Isaac Newton thing, where an apple fell on his head and so he discovered gravity. Oh, there's a Attract. Attract is okay if you have literally nothing else to put on a Pokemon. I used it in my last Gen 2 playthrough. I had it on my Lantern, which had Attract and Thunder Wave, and so you would paralyze it and you would attract it, and so the opponent Pokemon would have like nothing they could do half the time. Alrighty. We'll beat up this Minccino. Minccino, I like the gimmick behind Minccino's evolved form, the skill link strategies. It's very interesting for moves that I had previously written off, like Fury Attack and Icicle Spear and Rock Blast and stuff like that. It's interesting to see those in use in a way that's viable. But the normal typing and the big floofy, what do you call it? I don't know what that style, but it looks like oh right, I can only use Liquidation right now. Alright, well, we'll see. We'll write out the Encore at least. But it's got like that big floofy neck boa thing that makes me, that I've just never really cared for as in style. It reminds me of like a super villainous type thing, or like spy movies that I never watched. Alright, now we can use Pluck. Alrighty. Okay, got her level up. Hit level 20. Deborah. Alright. We'll switch Weevil down to the bottom. And we'll keep those like that. And with some potions, we'll... Oop. There we go. Let's sort these. There we go. Couple potions, top off Bloopet. Alright. And head off onto the bridge. Yeah, she's just complaining about Team Yell. Hey, will you battle me? Hammerlock Stadium. Yeah, that's where the Dragon-type gym leader is. Speaking of battles, Any closer and we'll battle. I'm closer. I'm closer. I'm closer. I'm closer. Are you gonna battle me? Are you gonna battle me? Okay. It reminds me of the final battle with Sans. You take one step forward, you're gonna have a bad time. Alright then. Don't say I didn't warn ya. And he goes, choo. But Hop isn't nearly as intimidating as Sans is. To be fair, Sans isn't the most intimidating body either, until, like, after his first turn. It's like, it's like, oh, interesting, you get to fight him. Alright. He's wasting time, raising his defense, so we'll just keep on with Psybeam and hit the special side of things. Yeah. Sans fight. I never actually beat the Sans fight. He successfully stopped me. He made me lose my will. Alright, we'll do... Yeah, we'll just keep on with Psybeam. I think he switched to Corvisquire with the intent of doing beat-up tactics, but then forgot with Pex. I think also because his starter Pokemon was Grookey, and he might know that I have Pluck. Or he may not know, but the computer knows. Alright. Hit it with another Liquidation. There we go. Alright. We'll keep Bloopet for now. Alright. Thwacky's good. Thwacky could have used with switching up his color palette a bit. Alright, we'll switch to McStuffins, which should be a very even fight. We'll try out Strength. Alright, dodged the Screech attack. Although I don't know how you dodge Sound. Strength. Beat him up. Ooh, that was a crit. I like they comment on critical hits like it's something we choose to do very often. It's like, you know that was just random chance, right? Alright. And now we'll just do Payback, because he might heal. And I think that still counts as his going second. I forget what the deal is. Either way, with that we can... Yeah, if we go second, it's doubled. So... Who knows? Who knows? I'm not sure if using an item counts. See, Razor Leaf. Ooh, if that had crit, which Razor Leaf is definitely more likely to crit, that would have knocked us out. So now, we will use our Super Potion. Alright. That's a good effect too. The lines on the screen. It really feels like you're hearing something that's like enough to hurt your vision or whatever. Or it's like supposed to be like so loud that it's affecting the TV screen or whatever. Something like that. Alright, got our levels. Alright, Bloopet wants to learn Slash. No, I don't think really needs Slash. Alright. No evolutions just yet. And we get yet another revive. They hand these out. They hand these things out like they're candy in this game, which is real funny if you're playing like a. Arctagon actually needs to be on the top because he actually has the lowest HP, despite being the highest level. What was I talking about? Oh, hey. If you wanted Eldegoss without raising one. Alright. I was talking about something. I've completely lost that train of thought. But that happens sometimes. Ruby. Luckily, we've got our own grass type at the front of the team. And we'll try out that move that we actually haven't used yet, Dazzling Gleam. That should, since it's a high level stab move, it should do pretty well. Yeah. Better than wasting 12 turns astonishing down their health to so little. Excuse me. My throat's starting to get a little dry. Since we're rounding on the second hour of stream. Alright. Do that. We'll start with Sleep Powder, actually. And, ooh, it's actually a flying type, so it could mess us up if we got in a... let it get in a attack. So we'll just go with Astonish. We aren't fast enough for it to flinch. But... and now I wonder if Dazzling Gleam is any stronger. I do like that you can attack and they don't immediately wake up. Oh yeah, that went way better than Astonish did. Alright. Now our Tagon's leveled up again, so it's back to the line. Back to the back of the line of the party list. If anyone's out there and you want to remind me about what I was talking about back on the bridge, feel free to bring it back up. If you care enough about what I was watching, or what I was talking about. Alright, Croagunk. Luckily, Ubet can tear through this one pretty easily with a double weakness against psychic moves. Just get him down real good. Alright. Croagunk's another cool design. I think it's enhanced by the anime Croagunk, which has a very Sans vibe to it. Just how it would poison jab anytime Brock would creep on women. Alright, next town. I don't know that I really get the country sound music, but it's a nice enough town. Alrighty, heal back up again. Yeah, with Arctagon we should, unless we run into, I don't know. I think the biggest, I don't know what we're talking about him. I think the biggest issue we'll run into might be the Goldeen that knows Peck. Alright. Okay, so I get that he's like in disguise because he's a popular figure. And so I get the sweater and I get the hat and sunglasses. It looks like he's wearing his frickin' boxers. It's just weird. Alrighty. Yeah, he's just curious as to why Leon endorsed us and of all people. Little does he know it's technically nepotism because we're friends with Hop. And he had to endorse Hop. Alright. We proved ourselves, quote unquote, but it still feels like nepotism, to be fair. Alright, I think there's there's some shops over here. I think she's the herb shop, yeah. What's the energy powder and heal powder? That's the one that I thought that I had. Alright, what do you have? Incense? Some of these are good. They're mostly used for breeding the baby versions of Pokemon. But let me look something up actually. I want to know if Klutz works with the luck incense. With amulet coin. Let's see. Klutz does not negate items that affect prize money, experience, effort values, or friendship. Alright. So the luck incense will actually be a good item for our little McStuffins. I also like the lax incense because it increases things to miss. We have two different water incenses. Grass. Do I need grass on anything? I think we're okay. The rest of them we'll probably end up finding somewhere. Alright. Magnet. Magnet's good once we get a... Will we get an electric type? See, someone might learn Thunder Punch at some point, but I don't think we're going to get an actual electric type. Alright, and just because I hate the little red arrows, or exclamation points, I'll sort you. I'm going to save the candies for later. Alright, give that to McStuffins. Alright. Attract. No one's in that dire need of a move to have attract. Caves or dungeons. But there's 2 caves and 0 dungeons, so I don't know what the deal is. I think... do I have time to do gym battle? We'll at least start on the gym trainers. Or you know what? We can fly. I'm gonna go start some Isle of Armor stuff. And then we'll finish the... we'll do the next gym. I just want to get to the point where we can get Max Soup. And feed that to our Sizzlepede. And so then we will be able to Gigantamax our real Pokemon. And now that we have our bike, we can talk to her. And we can get... Oh no, we have to get one that can run on water. Alright. So now, she warned us to stay away, but we do have to come in here eventually. I guess we don't have to, but We're going to. Much to her chagrin. I think you've got the wrong person. He must have changed his mind about joining the dojo. So happy. Alright. Yeah, she forgot the... She knows it's not the same name. Alright. Clara talks to the camera. Alright. I'll match you down to size, you understand. And hey, there's Kung Fu. Probably won't worry about the Kung Fu stuff throughout this playthrough, though. I might do it later, but not until after we do the Elite Four. So yeah, we've got a lot of cutscene to sit through. Alright. So I'll just keep mashing B. Alrighty. It's gonna give us EXP charm. I'm not sure. I think it's just a flat boost to everyone's XP. I guess that'll be useful. It's not like we were in need of it. I guess we can turn that off. I'm just gonna look up EXP charm. Nice to meet you. Alright. Oh yeah, so now we get to battle him? Yeah. Alright. So yeah, we just get times 1.5 XP. I mean, it's not gonna hurt anything to leave it on, I guess. Make the game a little bit easier. It's not like the game was challenging anyway. Alright, Blue Pet will eat up his fighting type Pokemon. Alright. Oof. It's a little bit on the weak side compared to us, but... See, I would have thought it would have been somewhere in the 20s now that we got our first badge, but... He's a fun character. He's a fun enough character, though. He's not, like, anything super exceptional, but he's not the most boring thing, either. And he's got Shinx, Pokemon that was added to this game via the DLC. Which is fun. Like I said, Electrotype's again getting all the best designs. And it's polite enough to raise our attack for us. So we'll give him a liquidation. Alright. Okie dokie. Alright. There we go. It was a little bit quiet there for a second. I wonder if it was quiet for you guys too. Although, with nobody here, I can't tell. I know people will show up eventually. They just aren't active in chat. Alright. I mean, I don't hate the... I don't hate the uniform. But it doesn't feel quite like me. Alright. So now we get to do our first trial, which is catching Drew. I love how it interrupted the music. That's always great. The fastest slowpoke in the West. Or I guess technically we went to the East. Alright. It's funny. Alrighty. So now we'll go catch the Slowpoke. Well, catch up to them and then defeat them. Luckily our Dark-type Pokemon will make pretty short work of them. Ooh. Now everyone's gonna run off and go after the Slowpoke. And I like the Scraggy tagging along slowly in the background. Yeah, we'll change back to the usual clothes. But, since we are here, I am going to... Oh, I guess... Oh, that's right. That's a upgrade that we get later on. Oh, I wonder... Nope, not till later. Alright. We'll go after the Slowpoke then. Who luckily waited just outside for us to change our clothes. Alright. Luckily there isn't a ton of battles between here and Max Soup, so it's not like we're gonna get super overleveled for Nessa or anything. Alright. Dodge the Bokolent. Alright. Oh, there's a Wooper. The trainer on the field ran into us and I was like, I gave it a weird look. I'm like, you're not a Pokemon. Did they sneak add in trainers can suddenly run into you or something? I'm just curious what this raid is. Carvanha. Nothing interesting. Alright, and then we'll go wait and dodge the Skorupi. Alright. Get out of here. Alright. We'll just wait here for the Slowpoke to run into us. The first time I played it through here, I did chase the first one down, not realizing that they ran in a set path, and so now I can just wait. Alright. Now we'll give it a liquidation because it isn't actually a water type from Galar. It's just a psychic type. Which, I don't know, I'm not exactly sure why. You know what? We've got a little bit more time. Oh, fuck. This Bokolent charge you out of nowhere. Alright, but it's not terribly strong. But for charging us and scaring us like that, it deserves a proper takedown. Oh geez, but it's a normal type, so it gets a good amount of HP. So yeah, actually we'll just run. Alright. So now, we'll look through the Pokedex. I will check the Pokedex. Although this Pokemon is normally zoned out, its expression abruptly sharpens on occasion. The cause for this seems to lie in Slowpoke's diet. So, the food in Galar makes Slowpoke a little bit less derpy. Speaking of bulky normal types, there's a Licky, which is another weird Gen 4 evolution. I don't hate it. I don't dislike it the way the way I kind of dislike Electivire. because it's it's a evolution on Lickitung's design, at least. Whereas Electivire just seems unnecessary compared, because Electabuzz feels like a finished Pokemon, you know? Alright. We'll hopefully get through HP before sleep. The Slowpoke's HP before the sleep kicks in. Alrighty. There we go. Alright. We got that T in shorts. Now there's just one Slowpoke left. Alright, we'll switch Stuffins up to the front. And with his dark moves, we should be okay. Even though it is a psychic type, the worst thing it can do is confusion on us. Alright. See what this one is. Execute. This, not worth bothering with. Alright, there's our last Slowpoke. And we'll just wait for it. Grab a Health Feather. Alright. The Health Feathers are kind of annoying, just because they're like the vitamins that you can take, but it's not as it only does one effort value rather than 10 at a time. So it's just like, are you kidding me? It doesn't even feel worth it. Brutal Swing. Alright. Not great. We'll see if Payback might do a little bit more damage. We did technically act second, so maybe it'll boost our damage. Yeah. We finished it off. Alright. We've got about 8 minutes left in the stream, I think. Since we got all the stuff back. And so now we can run back, but it'll be faster just to fly back. Marginally faster, but faster nonetheless. Alright. Come on. Load screens. Alright, yep, here you go. Oh, well, thanks. Yep. First one since Leon. Alright. Anyone that caught up gets the pass too. Oh, that's right. We get an extra Pokemon here. You get a free Pokemon, a free Charmander at the end of the game from Leon, supposedly bred from his prize-winning one. And since I took Squirtle last time, I'll take Bulbasaur this time. Bulbasaur is great, though. Yep. Alright. And it'll be stuck in the end of our party, but we'll just put it away. I have a lot of gift Pokemon by the end of this. You can make a team pretty much out of entirely gift and mandatory catch Pokemon. Alright. Max Soup. Second trial is to find them. Alright. And we get new moves from this guy if we give him Armorite Ore. He's the move tutor for this game, but I don't know that. I'll check real quick and see if anyone needs to learn any new moves. All right, we will deposit Bulbasaur. Let's see. Yeah, if you did Sobble instead, or if you chose one Sobble, the other, either Sobble or Grookey, and then either Squirtle or Bulbasaur. That's 4 out of 5, and then you get the mandatory encounter in the Fire Gym. That's 5 gift or mandatory encounters by the end of the thing. You just need to find one more. Alright. Let's see what anyone can learn. Coaching. Boosts an ally's attack and defense. Scorching Sands. That could be good. It's Scald but ground type, but a lot of fire types can use it. That's a decent psychic move. We have Bug Bite already. Flashes out if its stats were lowered. Interesting. Alright, so nothing we need at the moment. I might come back for Scorching Sands depending on what kind of TMs we find. Oh yeah, he's gonna tell us exactly where to find the max mushrooms. He's gonna walk us there. I guess all the other students probably, like, supposedly live here. So, like, oh yeah, we'll just find max mushrooms in the cave that we always find them. Alright. So we'll go to warm-up tunnel and get those mushrooms. We're gonna run a little bit late, I think, but it'll be worth it. We'll go find these mushrooms and head out. Dodge and weave through the wild Pokemon. Oop. Until we get caught on a Amoonguss. Stuff in. Let's see if we can handle it. It says it's strong looking, but it's only a couple levels higher, so we'll just run away. Alright, and then... Is it... No, I think we gotta go outside another entrance. Ugh. Didn't turn fast enough. Amoonguss is cool. I like the idea that it's disguised as a Pokeball somehow. If it was a real thing in nature, I would be doubtful that something would evolve that way. Evolve into a man-made object like that. I'm sure there are examples, but it just doesn't feel like it's something that would happen terribly often. And then Cramorant. It doesn't seem like it's something that would happen super often in nature. And then Electrode was like supposedly like a lab accident that started breeding or whatever, or started reproducing. And so it makes sense that it's a thing that exists, or at least has a viable explanation. And then, but Amoonguss is weird. But because Pokemon are almost a little bit sentient, I can see them purposely trying to naturally try to come that way. Like, the ones that are... Is this not the right cave? I don't even know if I'm in the right place. Warm up. Where am I supposed to go? Wrong button. No, I'm in the right place. Alright. See, yeah, there's the mushrooms. Yes. Hold up a sec. And of course, she's gonna battle us again over the mushrooms. No way. I found him first. We'll beat her Slowpoke. I like the idea that they're both her main Pokemon and the Shield equivalent are both their main Pokemon. It comes from Galarian Slowbro, because they both evolve into Poison and Psychic types. McStuffins is gonna evolve anyway. It's almost doubled my Switch off the table. They evolve into Galarian Slowpoke is Poison and Psychic type, and so it matches both their team themes. Alright. Yes, that's exactly what we are. And Poison type Pokemon don't get enough love, to be fair. They got a bad rap getting associated with Team Rocket in the first gen, but then they just don't have a ton of useful offenses. If they were super effective against fighting type Pokemon, I would use Poison type Pokemon a lot more, to be fair. Ooh, we got retired with Bug Bite. Ugh. Alright, that's okay. It's always a risk keeping out Pokemon like that. Alright, we're not gonna switch in our Grass Fairy type though, because we will get destroyed by Poison Pokemon. Poison Pokemon with poison moves. Alright. I like that its cry sounds like a wheel screeching. Alright, coughing. Keep the current Pokemon out. Alright. Coughing's cool. I am gonna pop one of our bajillion revives into Bloopette, just so that she gets the XP from the battle. Alright. One button pressed too many. And we'll do a couple flame wheels. And then Coughing exploded, and then the cave collapsed, killing all of us. Because apparently Coughings are supposed to explode on contact with flames, according to their Pokedex entries. Alright. One more flame wheel should do it. I don't even know what Assurance does, to be fair. I know it's a dark move. I know it has something to do with going first or second or something. Or getting damaged or something. I don't even know. But with the burn, we finished it off, I think. Alright. I've got main characteritis. both Hop and Clara, you almost kind of want to let them win at some point. Hop more so, but Clara, you can't really ever let her win. Easy peasy. Yeah. Alright. Now we'll fly back again. And don't go to our Pokemon page because Fly is still not there. Despite playing through this game 3 times, I will not stop going to the Pokemon page trying to fly. Alright. We'll get our max soup. And seems nobody's gonna find the max mushrooms but me. Alright, we'll eat our soup, give our soup to Weevil, and that'll be... we'll call that a stream. Alright. See, she's actually trying now too. She's the type, kind of like Bakugo, where she was good, she was the best one around, so she didn't have to try very hard. So that's no big deal. Yeah. So like it's like this YouTuber called Explanation Point was talking about how Bakugo had never had to try anything because he was told he was amazing from birth because of his cool quirk. Alright, you see, when one drinks this max soup, we get to Gigantamax? Aw, I guess not. But yeah. Alright, thanks for the soup. That... it's the thing. Alright. Yep. Now I want to give it to... oh. We can't give it to him till he evolves. So, but we're ready for it. So, next time we can just fly in. Alright, so we will just head back to what's it called? Hulbury. I do not know these places' names very well. Alright. And with that, I think we're about to call it a night. Thanks for coming, everybody. I hope you enjoyed. Hope this time was a little bit more enjoyable now that we're actually making some progress. Next time we'll hit up the water gym. Probably this time for sure we'll hit 2 gyms in a row because we're right in front of one. With 2 hours to spare, we'll hit another one. So, alright. Let me sort my Pokemon. Alright. Thanks for coming, everybody. Have a good night.